So today's topic is homeopathic potency selection, and you have the other short notes, that is the homeopathic aggravation, the susceptibility, then the suppression, palliation, which you all encounter during your practice. So you see that the potency selection, the homeopathic potency selection, how you select the potencies. So during life of the Dr. Hahnemann, there were so many variations of homeopaths that some of them, they believed that use of the homeopathic potencies or remedies, they used to believe in that, and some people they used to believe in what, the crude doses, okay, but on the basis of similium, crude doses in the sense of the very lower potencies. And some of them, they were not in so much of favor of high potencies. But later on, Dr. Hahnemann, okay, he also insisted some lower potencies in certain cases and higher potencies in certain cases. So how this term posology originated? So the term posology originated from the Greek words. That Greek words meaning that was the posos. The Greek words, that is posos. That means how much. That means how much. Posos means how much, and logos means to study. Okay, and in homeopathy, posology, it means the doctrine of the dose of medicine. Okay, that is the study of the doses of medicine. So in homeopathy, dose means what? It doesn't mean the crude form. Okay, like you say 10 mg, 5 mg, 1 mg. It's not like that. Okay, it's the potency. Potency means the dynamization, which we do with the dilution of the remedies and through succussion and the trituration. So here homeopathic dose means what? Potency, the quantity, and the form of the medicine. Okay, in what form you are giving. So as it is a very lengthy topic, okay, we'll go and just focus on what? The potency selection. So whatever what potencies are available in homeopathy, okay, and you'll find that how many types of potencies are available. And am I audible to you? I think people are going and coming. Okay, fine. Uh, so about the potencies which are available for a homeopath to give to the patient. First is the centesimal scale, okay, and it was evolved by Dr. Hahnemann. So what it denotes about the numerical designation of the potency, and by the number followed by a suffix, that is C or CH. So suppose it is 30 potency in the centesimal scale, then it will be 30 C or 30 CH, okay, or 200 C. So in that way it is denoted. Then is the second type is the decimal scale. So in decimal scale was evolved by Dr. Herring, and it is denoted by X. So if you are giving 30, then 30x, 200, 200x, and the preparation varies here. Okay, how it is prepared is differentiated from the centesimal scale or the other scales. A third type is a 50 millisimal scale. Okay, so 50 millisimal scale is also called as the LM scale or LM potencies. Okay, so it is also called as a big term is given for that. That is called as quingaginta millisimal or Q potencies. Okay, so this is the 50 millisimal potency. So many names are given: 50 millisimal, LM scale, or quinguaginta millisimal scale or Q potencies. So these potencies, they were evolved in the last part of Dr. Hahnemann, where he lived the last years of his life. At that time, he evolved, so it's included in the last editions of the organ. So here, potencies, they can be broadly classified as the lower potencies, the minimum potencies, medium potencies, lower potencies, medium potencies, and the high potencies. So in that way, they are classified. So what do you mean by the lower potencies? Lower potencies are what? Lower potencies are right from okay. So you have the lower potencies. So what is the lower potencies? So they are classified as the low potency, medium potency, and high potency. So low potencies means what? Anything which is right from the Q to 12C. That is the from the mother tinctures to the 12C potency. It is the lower potencies. And while you go above 12C potency up to 200 potencies, then they are called as moderate or medium potencies. Higher potencies are above 200C. So they are right from the 200C potency to the decimal scale or the millisimal scale or the DMM. Okay. So that way they go on higher and higher. That is the higher potencies. So it is divided into three types in this way. Now, doctors believe that the higher potencies were first prepared by Korsakov in 1834, but later they came into popular use with the Genesians higher potencies after 1844. So from 1844 onwards, they started getting used more commonly. Okay. So coming back to the question of the potency selection, how you are going to select the potencies. Okay, you know that there are three types of potencies: lower potencies, medium potencies, and higher potencies. Now, in which cases you are going to give low potency, which cases you will give the medium, and which cases you will give the higher potencies. So coming to the potency selection, okay, Dr. Hahnemann started conducting the experiments with the dose reduction. Dose reduction in the sense more and more diluting it. So he conducted the triturations 2x, 4x, okay, C, then 2C. So he started reducing the dose and then giving it to the patients. There was Dr. Peter Morrell who did research. Okay, and accordingly, in 1799, Dr. Hahnemann had begun to reduce the dose further and further from 5x, 6x, 3C, 8x, okay, then 10x, then 12C. Okay, so first the 12C developed. Okay, first he used to treat patients in the mother tinctures. Okay, very low potency, almost in the crude form. Okay, when he started proving, and then 12C appeared for the very first time, and in 1805, in 18th centesimal dilution he prepared. Okay, the 18th centesimal dilution he prepared, and then from there onwards, okay, he went on diluting more and more, and then for finally in 1816 the 30C made its first appearance. Okay, so started using the 30C. Still it was what? Lower potency only, because we consider, since 12C is the lower potency, so slowly he went to 30C, and then he recommended that 30C works very well, and he started proving also in 30C only. Okay. So further, in 1819, okay, he started making 60C potencies. Then he also mentioned in 1830 that one of the mode of giving the medicines is olfaction. So drug administration can be given through smelling. Okay, so he also advised that olfaction can be adopted to give the medicines. Further, after olfaction, then he also established in 1838 the LM potencies. LM potencies came for the first time. Then, towards the end of his life, he was doing more and more towards the LM potencies. And but during his lifetime, it is he also gave centesimal potencies to many of his patients while curing. So he started advocating LM potencies and CM potencies. During Hahnemann's lifetime, okay, he mostly used up to 30C. Later on, in its end of the life, he advocated more of the LM potencies and the centesimal potencies. So now Madam Hahnemann, second wife of Dr. Hahnemann, okay, she was quoted saying that he had used 200 potency and 1M also whenever necessary. So that was her experience, that she has seen him prescribing 200 potencies and 1M also whenever the case is required. So that was about the potency selection according to Dr. Hahnemann. And beyond Hahnemann, it is according to the experience of many other pioneers and stalwarts, okay, in homeopathy. They have also experimented with many doses, okay, many kinds of potencies. So as Dr. Hahnemann, okay, uh, left his life, and then when he passed off, after that there was some split amongst the homeopaths, and everybody has their own opinion, had their own experience about the potencies. So what a section of the homeopath, they believed that use of potentized remedies, they have to use the potentized remedies. Some other people, they believed that crude doses can be also given on the basis of similarity. So further, there are some people who also believed that higher potency should be given. Okay, and some said that no, higher potencies can't be given. Okay, they were not in favor of higher potencies. So during the later years of Hahnemann, what happened? These proponents of the crude doses, means those people who believed in the crude doses, slowly decreased, and people started giving higher potencies. Higher potencies came into greater use. Okay, so in this way, this is all about the experiences of the different people. So from this, you get an idea that how to select the right potencies, because these are all the pioneers. They have done great works in their field and in the field of homeopathy. So beyond Hahnemann, there were so many split in the homeopaths. Further, Dr. Bonninghausen, he had his own experience. He was a contemporary of Dr. Hahnemann. So he also was in favor of higher potencies. So he wrote in many research papers that he supported higher potencies and they have their own advantages. He said that the sphere of the action of the remedy, it continuously enlarges with the higher potencies, and it especially works in the chronic ailments, and the cure, okay, it is fast in the chronic cases. So that's why he advocated what higher potencies. But in the acute potencies, also he said that they work very well and the effects happen very quick. Okay, so the relief comes faster. Then he said that they act in spite of discretion in the diet. So he said there is no need of any diet restriction or anything. So in spite of any diet restriction, they act very well. These are the things which were experienced by Dr. Bonninghausen. Further, there are many people like many doctors like Allen. Okay, then you have the Dr. Richard Hughes, Dr. Wilson, Dr. Henry Dupont, Clark, and then George Royal, Boric, Pierce, Edgar. These were many people who also believed in the lower potencies. Okay, so when you open the Boric Materia Medica, you will find at the end of each drug there is the potency selection. So that potency usually is in very lower potencies. You will find most higher potency is a 200 potency, not more than that. Okay, so 30, 12, okay, 3, 6, all these potencies are seen, and rarely you will find 200 potency. So Dr. Boric was also a proponent of lower potencies. Then other doctors like Bonninghausen, Herring, Lippe, then Guernsey, Dunham, Ellen, Kent, Boger, Nash, these people, Roberts, these people were in favor of the medium and the higher potencies. So in this way, people believed in different potencies. Okay. Then coming to the how different modern homeopaths also believe in different kinds of potencies. Now, modern homeopaths means people presently practicing okay in this 20th century. So you will find that Dr. George Vittelkaus, Rajan Sinkaran, John Sholton, Praful Vijekar, okay, then Robin Murphy, and there are many more. Jeremy Sher, okay, Jayesh Shah. All these are the modern homeopaths presently practicing. And you will find that these people are also in favor of higher potencies. Okay, so higher potencies, that doesn't mean that using the higher potencies to the exclusion of the lower ones. So it doesn't mean that they are not using lower potencies, but they are in favor of higher potencies because when the according to the similia, if you study the case well and your totality of symptoms are accurate, the characteristic symptoms are matching, then higher potencies can be given, okay, and it cures fast. So the master homeopaths of the past and the present, okay, they have been able to use the full range of potencies, right from the lowest to the highest, depending on the case. Okay, so after studying the case, because there are certain criteria, okay, for the cases, the different kinds of patients are there, and depending on the type of patient, depending on the type of the disease is suffering from, okay, you select the potency. Okay, that will also come upon. Okay, we'll come to that. And Ellen potencies, Ellen scales, they are not so popular. Okay,